This here, do you know what that is? It's a type of softener, yeah.
Cheers,
But with your normal softener, you put salt in it. This one here, in a minute, yeah. So as opposed to normal softeners, you would have the big softener sat next to it with the lid on it. Take it off, put the salt in. This one here is quite a high-tech way of softening the water. It's reverse osmosis, so basically anyone on site here never touches that. The only people that ever have anything to do with that is Meiko. Once every 6 months an engineer will come here. You've got there's a blue filter around the back of the machine somewhere. Yeah, that's the only thing that will get replaced.
It's basically something on the back of the Unox machine.
Yeah, okay.
Same thing over there, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, is everybody here?
I think we're just waiting for Darren, aren't we? It's on the camera.
How much is that?
Since last Friday.
Is everybody here? Has anybody used one of these ones before? They are very similar in, you lift the lid, shut the lid, but has anyone used a Meiko one?
Used it all day yesterday.
Okay.
So you're an expert then?
We'll go that far.
Well, they are dead simple, there's nothing difficult about it. But I'll go through it in a second anyway. Like I just said, the controls you've got on this are the same as the under-counter machine, so it's all pretty easy, yeah.
Wait up there. We'll get them to do a new one. They've got spares of these. I think so. On the top of the power box, on the fuse box, the gap in the ceiling tire.
Yeah, they're thinking it on. They're white.
They are putting it in at night so that it doesn't get in the way.
Should we start now? Just fill them in.
It's not too technical, I'm sure you can.
Yeah, then just come over and start, darling.
We'll show them the DVD.
Show them DVD. Okay. So this machine here, this is your display, dead easy to clean. You've got two displays here, wash tank temperature, rinse tank temperature, which it might not be too important to you, but if you ever see anything in here, one of will say info and it'll come up with a number. So if it says info there and a number, that's an information display. So it's saying, it might say that you've got on your manual, which will be here somewhere, it will say info, it'll have like a contents of info and then a number. So say for instance if it says info 121, that means your door's up. Obviously you know the door's up, but it will say info. So what tends to happen sometimes is if it says that, the staff think, oh, what's that mean? It's an error. It's not. So info, so if detergents are low, it will say info, I think it's 223 or something like that. So an info is what it is, it's an information display, okay? The only time you ever need to look at that and think, oh, what's that? It will say ERR and then again 3 digits, it's an error. And then what you'd do is you'd tell these guys, C&C, they will put a call into us, we'll come out and have a look. But other than that, this is just your wash tank temperature, rinse tank temperature. As you can see the display here, there's no, like, as you look at it, on, off. button as such. So the way you turn this machine on to fill it is you press one of these cycle buttons here. Okay. When you press that the button like I've just pressed, cycle 2 I've pressed, is what I would recommend you have, what you would have it on here. If you're really, really busy, you can change it to number 1. But when you come in the morning, if you press number 2, it will fill and it will wash on a number 2. Okay. Try and think of it as a bit of a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute wash. It's as simple as it can be. When you first press the button, it will flash there, illuminate. You know it's not ready until that's on permanently. So it'll be flashing along, flashing along. So in other words, press number 2, you can go away, do something else that you need to be doing. And then when you come back and that isn't flashing, it's on permanently, that means the machine's ready to go. Whilst it is filling, inside of the machine, as all machines, you've got a top wash and rinse arm, bottom wash and rinse arm. Now, at the end of a service, you have to take these off. So simply unscrew the top nut. These both come off. They are interchangeable, so if you take these ones off and the top ones off, and you get the overhead spray, give them a quick spray off and then put them back in. It doesn't matter if you take the bottom ones and top ones off, clean them and think where do they go, it doesn't matter, they're interchangeable. So obviously you can't get it wrong as long as the bigger wash arms at the bottom, rinse arm at the top, that's all you need to do. Also, with cleaning this machine, you've got a 1 press stainless steel tank, so it's dead easy to do. Once the machine's empty, it's just a case of getting a cloth and giving it a wipe round. Because when you do empty the machine and drain it, which I'll show you shortly, when it goes through its drain cycle, it also does a wash and rinse. So basically the water that's left in the boiler, it reuses that water to give the machine a rinse round. That's not to say it's that clever that you haven't got to give it a wipe round. So it's very important that you still, once it's done, lift the lid up and give it a wipe round, but I'll go through that in a minute when we drain it. Other things to do when the machine's empty is you've got these filter trays to take out, and these are a little bit like a cheese grater, so we obviously say as much debris you can get off the plates before they go in the machine, the better. But obviously there is going to be little bits of food debris, carrots, rice, things like that that are going to go through. And what this acts as is, like I say, a bit like a grater. So any food debris that comes into the machine, with the velocity of the wash water going round, it breaks it down smaller and smaller and smaller, and then in the end the bits that do go down the drain are that minute that they're not going to create any problems. So you've got 2 of these in here to take out, and then you've also got another filter, which again gets even smaller and smaller before it goes down through to the drain. Okay, so all these items that you take out have to be taken out at the end of service, just over to here, quick spray down, and then they can go back in the machine. You can't get these wrong because of the way that they're shaped. So on the left hand side of the machine you've got the filter, so this tray will obviously only go above that. So you just pop those back in. The wash arms can go back on. And then, so say this is the end of a service and you've cleaned all the machine down, you've just done all that, you've put the wash arms in, then it's very important you leave the lid up. You never just shut the lid down, leave it up overnight, because the machine's just washed, drained, and when it's done a drain cycle, it's rinsed the red hot water, 85-degree water around the machine. If you then shut the lid down and leave it shut, all that's going to happen, it's like a greenhouse in there, it's just going to grow bacteria inside the machine. So leave the machine lid up, just let all the air get through, and that's it. It's as simple as that to clean. I'll do the reverse here. So at the end of the day, you think, right, we're finished now, we're not going to use the machine again. There is no plug. In some machines you'll come to, there's a plug inside, okay, that you have to take out to drain it. This machine doesn't have a plug in or out. You've got that filter inside there, but that's just a filter, it's not a plug. So at the end of the day, all you would do is shut the lid down. You've had it on, you've been washing, shut the lid down, press that button there, and then the big cycle button there, you press that one, and that is the drain. Okay. Whilst it's draining, the little neon light here again will flash, to say that it's in cycle for draining. Once it's finished draining, all this display here goes to a dark, so it looks like the machine's completely off. It's in a standby mode. I don't know whether you'll turn it off via this isolator on the wall as well. If you do, obviously turn it off there. If not, it's fine to just leave like that. Once it's completely drained and it looks like that, that's when you then lift the lid up and go home. So then first thing the next morning, because you've already put the wash arms back in, you've put all this back in, all you would do is you come, first person to come in, is shut the lid down, press number 2, and again, whilst it's flashing, it's filling and heating. It will take approximately 25 minutes. Okay? And like I say, once you come look at the machine, you think, is it ready yet? Once that's not flashing and it's on permanently, that's when the machine's ready to go. And that's basically it. Okay? The glass washer over there has got exactly the same display as this one. So again, for filling it, there is no plug to put in or take out. So again, all you would do is the same as what you would do with this one, just on a smaller scale. So to fill it, you'd shut the door and you press number 2. Again, for that one over there, you can use number 2. You will find out yourself the best cycle time for you. If you're using it on a number 2 and you think this isn't quite quick enough, we need it to be quicker, then select number 1. Or number 3 if you want it to be on longer. The machine